Same day, same clothes. What's up, guys? It's Matthew. We're getting ready to watch episode 1091 of One Piece. We're in the Egghead arc. Just watched the last episode. I'm excited to hop into more. I don't have much to say about it. Very hyped. And have really enjoyed the last two episodes. I don't know if it's controversial to say. Already a lot better than Wano. Again, I don't know if it's just that rejuvenation from taking a little break, or the fact that it's higher quality. You might be a bit of both. I don't want to just automatically say it's better, but I have really enjoyed the last two episodes. So let's get straight to the reaction. Frankie's going simp mode. Frankie better get an upgrade in this arc, that's all I'm saying. Robin's gotta get some hockey, man. Shaka. We're writing down the names.
CB ストで周到に取り囲んだ。逃げ場はない。いや、舐めてかかった。船にいる剣士を見てみろ。懸賞金11億1100万ベリー。海賊狩りのゾロ。そいつが落ち着いてるのは、その距離でお前を瞬殺できると踏んでるからだ。その後ろ、悪魔の子ニコ・ロビンも同じくだ。じゃが、この数の CB ストウェポンを相手にどう戦う？強者はまず最初に刺すべき敵を見極める。お前こそよく考えろ。おどけるバカどもはおとりか。油断した。おいベガパンク、要求を飲んでもらうがいいか。この足を脅迫するつもりか。
You better dip, man.
連れてこい。その一味には興味がある。
Punko 1. It's like a group that pose as Vegapunk.
ベガパンクに用があると言っておったが。
返答によっては、奴には死んでもらう。待ってって。何があったんだ？私の父はベガパンクの手によって。
I'm telling you. So I made this prediction like immediately. And I'm not one to make a whole bunch of correct predictions. Is it a Peterson? Wow. He said her name correct fast. Very futuristic. Let's go to Future Island. Should have expected. A random. I wonder if Vegapunk has a devil fruit. Soys. Like, you know how they come up with the weirder fruits. I don't know if he has like the smart fruit or something like that. Power Ranger stuff going on. I'll agree. These three are a nightmare together. Vending machine.
しかし今気づいたが近海は極寒の海じゃったがここはやたら暖かい。
Are they in a warm eddy? Is that what it's called? Being powered by one? Island AC. Punko 3. Scary. Was it 03? Was that right? Ah, 5! She got hands on her. I was gonna say, it ain't no hamburger. Cotton candy is one of my favorite gags in the show, I will say, with Chopper. Scared now for some reason. We haven't gotten a name yet, right? It's still just Punko 3. Oh, Punko 5, my bad. Now what? Violence? I don't know about a group now. I think this might be a machine sort of thing, where he's just made a whole bunch of machines, maybe cloned off of himself. That was episode 1091 of One Piece. Had a lot of good moments in it, mostly related to food. You know, always when you start a One Piece arc, it's pretty comedy heavy at the beginning, and then it obviously gets more serious once it gets into the allegories and all that, and really hits its stride with the plot. But there is that wonderful, whimsical, creative, and artistic feeling that all One Piece arcs add that it's currently at right now. What is going? So originally I would have thought that maybe it is like some sort of group, but these guys they don't really feel human, if that makes sense. And they do have like the Punko 1, Punko 2, Punko 3. So it does Punko 5. I don't know. I keep saying Punko 3. I mean Punko 5. So I would now jump to the fact that they are machines. I don't know what their purpose would. Well, it might just be Vegapunk's muscle. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's like a Walking Dead. I'm Negan sort of thing, where Negan's group all call themselves Negan. Might be something as simple as that. They all have different name. What evil, good, and violence. Maybe they just take after different traits of Vegapunk, certain aspects of his personality. That would be very interesting. do. Another thing I love with the One Piece arcs, I love when they all split into different groups. I'm hoping there's a third, maybe even a fourth group that's made. I love seeing the different relationships between characters. I love seeing the Luffy, Chopper, Jinbei, and I will include the Bonnie group here. It's like a father trying to raise their 3 little kids. I do. Say what you want about One Piece. The show is funny. The show is very funny. But I am here for the serious moments. So I do hope we get a little more serious in the very near future. I feel like for the most part, for the next couple episodes, we're just going to focus on setting up the future island, seeing how many futuristic creations and pieces of technology Vegapunk has made. And I would assume, I don't know, I was going to say that until the real Vegapunk appears, but there might be a chance that, because One Piece loves their plot twists, and one of my favorite genres of plot twists, if you will, is plot twists that sort of build up to something big and then just rip it away, and it's nothing major, if that makes sense. It's so simple, and there shouldn't have even been a build up to a plot twist in the first place. So something like Vegapunk being built up as a legend or something like that for hundreds of episodes, just to find out that either Vegapunk isn't even a real person or he's a whole bunch of people, would be an interesting turn for the story. I'm interested and obviously there's, at bare minimum, there's 2 more of these creations or people. I think it's creations though. Punk 03 and Punk 04. Very interesting. That's one of One Piece's strong suits, is the character design, wacky and creative. I don't know. It's one of I love Luffy as a character, but when Luffy's at his, his super dumb and his hungry phase of the arc, it's the low point. So we can only go up for the Luffy part. Interested to see. I would assume that maybe Punk 02 just going to bring them to the headquarters, and Luffy and Bonnie and Chopper and Jinbei are going to find their way through, Luffy means, so to speak, some random explosions or random introduction. I do wonder, I don't really see this, I could be mistaken here, but it doesn't feel like a populated area. It's obviously, they said it's owned by the government. It's this lab, they said, so I don't think there's going to be that many people. So I'm wondering about the plot twists of the arc. Usually in a lot of these arcs, you think of Alabasta, you think of Skypiea, you think of Dressrosa, you think of the common people, the common inhabitants of the island as, one of the key aspects of it. Either something's being held from them, freedom or information, and their journey to get it back is integral and lines up with the Straw Hats' motivations. I don't see that happening in this arc. I see it as very maybe personal, maybe one-on-one. I do, thinking of the escalation of this arc, an island owned by the government, especially someone as important as Vegapunk. Vegapunk's hands are all throughout the government. I would think that this is some serious stuff. The minute that they realize, I don't know who the absolute key authority on the island is. Maybe it's Vegapunk, but maybe Vegapunk has, I don't know, maybe spies or lackeys or whatever, onlookers from the government, and the minute they realize that the Straw Hat Pirates are there, they might send some people. You just have an admiral chilling out. I want to say Admiral Yonko, Emperor. I don't know. They have an emperor on the island. I would assume that they're going to send someone, and someone big perhaps, and they don't have the warlords to send anymore. So I don't know. Maybe Akainu would come and make a visit himself. Maybe I'll use this opportunity to talk a little bit more about some of the characters we have yet to see. I know that I listed some of my favorite One Piece characters. There is an argument to be made that Buggy is my favorite character. He is a definite top 3. I'm very interested to see what exactly he's doing with Crocodile and Mihawk right now. Because I would assume that they're going to join the fray. They want that One Piece. So we saw Shanks at Wano. They were really close to Luffy. They didn't meet up, so I'm excited about that. I do want to talk about that. One of my favorite theories that I've thought about myself, something that, it's one of those things you really want something, but then I also want something different. I think that it would be a legendary moment in fiction if Shanks were to die before he meets Luffy. And that is my theory. That's my prediction. It's been like that for a good while. I mean, because usually when you have build up to something, especially something as simple as a reunion, it's not built up for 1,000 episodes, 1,000+ episodes. It's still being built up. And I just think it's so owed to build this meetup for years and years and then rip it away at the last second, maybe with Blackbeard killing Shanks. I think I would be a fan of that. I would probably cry, but I would be a big fan of that. Talked about love Blackbeard. I cannot wait for Blackbeard lore and information. I would assume a flashback, and honestly, might get like a 20 episode flashback for Blackbeard. I also cannot wait for our first major flashback with me watching with you guys, because the flashbacks in One Piece are its probably strongest piece. I mean, legendary flashbacks. Even, you think of, some of the early ones with the dog, in Orangetown. I mean, like, how are they gonna make me cry like 8 or 9 episodes in to a dog? So I am very excited for that. Other characters I'm excited to see. I do want to learn the exact specifics of what's going on with the Revolutionary Army and Sabo and Dragon right now. I don't have too many theories about them. I did mention it in another episode. I'm very interested to see what their role in the endgame is. I would assume their goal to take down the government, that they would, line up with Luffy. And I am very interested to see if Luffy and Dragon ever do meet. I feel like that would be very intriguing, seeing how Luffy would react to that. And maybe a 3-way reunion with Garp. I do wonder if maybe we'll get a Garp flashback one day. Just going throughout his whole life. Again, that's one of those things, because I have watched 1,088 episodes by myself before these reactions. So I've had many theories. I've, thought of different characters and plot twists and stuff like that. But it's hard to just think of them all right now. And especially even if I did think of them all, I don't think that I'm going to sit here for 2 hours and rattle off a whole bunch of theories back to back to back. So I think when it comes to some of these character-specific ideas, we're going to have to wait until I see them next. And I know I've talked about the fact that relatively soon I will be starting a rewatch of One Piece with my friend who has yet to watch any. So I will use that as a avenue to create some new theories, get some new ideas, just reintegrate myself with the early plots of One Piece, knowing the information that I know, knowing where the story goes. I believe I don't know when I'll start it. It's sort of it's a mission to convince her to do it, but I know that she will love it. I think that's gonna be it for all my thoughts on the episode. I would assume next episode we're probably gonna be 03 and 04. I'm interested in the names of them. Good and evil, obviously two simple ones, and then violence. So maybe one's names like compassion or empathy or something like that. But I guess we will see. I am also, I do want to really focus on this. I talked about in my first video, some of my ideas and problems and concerns with post-time skip One Piece. The lack of arcs, the lack of focus on the Straw Hats, and giving them really lengthy and personal stories. I think that this is the perfect avenue for Frankie to get some focus. And I will be disappointed if he does not have some focus, if he does not have an arc. This should be his moment to shine. And to be quite frank, it better happen. I mean, he is very well deserved for his moment. So, not only his moment, but a power up. Okay. Same with Chopper. Same with Usopp. But I feel like we all know Elbaf is... We're going to Elbaf eventually. I don't know if it's next arc, maybe 2 or 3 arcs. I know that... I didn't talk about this. I know that Oda said that this is the final saga. I would assume this means that this is going to be by far the longest saga we have ever had. Because I don't see how it can end anytime soon. But Usopp will get his big moment and power up in Elbaf. So, that's it for this episode. That was a pretty damn good episode. I feel like they're getting better and better and better. Very interested to see what happens next. So I will see you guys in the next episode.